Second was the Hunter Network, a vigilante organization whose credo was, "There's no such thing as a good monster." Third was Cat Troy, Ozu Reyes, and the Supernatural Criminal Investigations Team, whose sole mandate was to help integrate supernaturals into human society and maintain the peace between them. Then there was Barry, stuck in the middle of everything. Barry had worked with all three sides and navigated the tensions and hatred that had grown between them. He was working undercover, investigating the weapons rumored to be under development by his former boss and her military groups. More importantly, he was working to convince Kat and Oz that he was on their side now and no longer allied with Baxter. He was weighing his options and thinking hard when a knock on the door interrupted his thoughts.
"I'm busy,"
he shouted at the closed door. He had been up all night and was in no mood for visitors. The door opened and Cat Troy stuck her head in. "Aren't we all these days? I don't think anyone on my team has slept more than 4 hours in any 24-hour period since we found those weapons hidden on Baxter's home network server." Barry sighed and returned to reading his book. Maybe she'd get the hint and leave if he continued to read.
"If you're here to get an update on my progress, I don't have anything to report yet."
Exhaustion was evident in his voice, and he leaned back in his chair, trying to get comfortable. He glanced at Kat as she stepped inside and closed the door behind her with her foot. She put a cardboard tray with 2 large Milford brew-to-go cups of coffee on his desk and handed him one. "I'm here to feed your caffeine addiction because I knew if you were working as hard as we are, you'd probably look horrible." She smirked at him, and Barry couldn't help but smile.
"What's your assessment of my general state of being now that you've seen me?"
Kat peered at him with an appraising eye and nodded. "I underestimated the power of exhaustion. You look worse than horrible. You look like hammered shit." Barry chuckled.
"It always makes me laugh when a 1,000-year-old vampire talks like a truck driver, but thanks, I guess."
"I'm 2,000 years old, and trust me when I say my creative use of vulgarity is almost as old as the Roman Empire." She winked and sipped her coffee. "You should have heard those centurions back in the day. They'd curse a blue streak wider than a longshoreman." Barry sighed in contentment, savoring the taste of his coffee for a moment before he spoke again.
"So, about that update I know you're here to get?"
Kat raised one eyebrow and nodded. "Yeah, about that. I thought I'd see if you have a plan for investigating the weapons without getting caught by Baxter or raising suspicion from the hunters." He laid the book on the desk and drank more coffee. The fragrance of the rich, dark brew hit him immediately, and a jolt of energy returned to his body.
"I'm still working on it."
"Define working on it for me."
"I'm reaching out to contacts in the military and contractor spaces to help gather intelligence without raising any red flags."
"Contractors? You mean mercenaries?" He shrugged.
Potato.
"Any luck so far?"
"I'm waiting to hear back, but I'm confident a few of my old buddies will be interested in the money we're paying. Meanwhile, I've been talking to Tuck about his informant in the Hunter Network."
Kat narrowed her eyes. He shifted in his seat. It always made him nervous when she gave him that look. "Caleb Isaacson. Yeah, he's been a bit of a problem. His information on the Lucinda Ballantrae hit that was supposed to happen turned out to be a trap for me."
"Yeah, I know. Tuck said the kid is still our best bet for intel inside the Hunter Network."
"He's certainly the most convenient, but he's not the only resource we have." She eyed him meaningfully over the rim of her coffee cup. His eyes went wide, and he pointed at himself.
"Me? I've only met the core of that group a few times. I don't know anyone well enough to start asking questions about weapons that are supposed to be secret."
"You're a lot more resourceful than you give yourself credit for. I think you'll find a way to get that intel."